Welcome back to Overland, Florida, everybody. I'm Kevin, and today I just had a brand new rooftop tent delivered. It is from BeneHike, and it is the Alumabode version 2 model. You're gonna have to excuse the background noise today. It is the first day of the Sun and Fun fly-in, which is the world's second largest fly-in, and that's located about 500 yards behind my house. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open up the box. We're gonna inspect it, make sure there's no damage, and then we're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna go through all the details and specs. So upon taking off the styrofoam, the whole tent is shrink wrapped, so you have another layer of protection. This is a picture of what the tent is actually going to look like. And I'm actually really excited now because the roof rack is already mounted to the tent. So that's one less step you have to do to put the tent together. Usually you get like a bag of hardware and some instructions, but this is already put together. So you got 2 crossbars, they are adjustable, and you can, as soon as you get this tent, you can start mounting stuff on top of it. So first impressions right away, very good branding right there. That is awesome. I haven't seen a rooftop tent have branding like that. You do have an adjustable roof rack. They have about 12 inches of play on each side. And you can also move one to the middle or add a third bar. On all 4 sides, you have these 2 channels. It's the same channel that the locks and the ladder rack mount is bolted to. You can actually get your own nuts and bolts. You can slide the bolts in there. You can mount anything you want on all 4 sides to these channels. So if you have an awning, a shower room, that would be a good place to mount this, as well as you can mount stuff on the roof rack itself. You have the same little slots right here. You can mount solar panels, you can do bike rack, canoe, kayak rack. You can mount traction boards up there. Pretty much anything that you want will adapt to either these outside rails or the 2 rails that go across the roof. I know some of you are gonna ask this question, and that is, yes, you can walk across this roof. I actually have one of these aluminum tents mounted on my boat, and I actually walk across it to use it as a fishing platform. So I walk across it, stand on it, the dog goes on there, and it hasn't leaked, it hasn't bent, it hasn't done anything crazy, and it's been on the boat for about 6 months now. So coming around to this side, it's the exact same as that far side over there. You got your little logo, and you got your slots right here to mount stuff. So I'm gonna open up the tent for the very first time, but before I do that, my last couple of videos, people have always asked me for measurements. So I brought a tape measure. I'm gonna knock out those measurements, and we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Hopefully the mounting hardware and everything is inside the tent, because that wasn't anywhere else in the package. So as far as height goes, you're gonna be just under 7 inches in height. For the length, you're looking at about 84 inches for the length. For the width, you're looking at about 53 inches wide. So you got 84 long, 53 wide, and when it's closed, you're about 7 inches tall. In order to open up the tent, there's 4 latches on each side. They all have keyholes, so you can lock it and keep it secure. Once I open up all 4, it has struts. It should open up and pop open on its own. See how good the struts work. I'm just going to use just my fingertips, see if I can lift it up. Now that the tent is all the way open, I'll go ahead and give you guys a measurement of the height. So from the bottom to the top, you're looking at about 35 inches opened up. Starting from this side right here, you do have 1 large entry door right here. I'll go ahead and flip up. This is actually the rain fly, so this will come out like this. I'm just going to flip that up there for now. It is also a screen door, so you have 1 nice screen right here. It does Velcro close, and there is also a zipper, you can zip it close. Right here on the bottom, you have your hinge, and that's what this right here, this guy goes to. That's to secure your tent when it's in the closed position. Right here, you do have a ladder rack, so you have a telescoping ladder that comes down, and that's how you access the tent. You can actually take these off and put it on the other side, so you can access the tent from both sides. There's 2 doors identical to this one. There's one over there. Coming over here, in addition to the door, you do have your own screen window right here. There is zippers that you'll access from the inside, so you can zip the window up, down, or have it in the screen configuration. Again, over here you do have a latch that goes to this guy right here. You do have a nice roof rack right here. I really like this design. I think it stands out. I think it's really cool. I definitely like the orange. And it also acts as like a grab handle. So if you're getting in the tent, in or out, you're having trouble maybe with the ladder or whatever, this is really smooth on the hand, and you can actually grab that getting inside the tent. So it comes in handy not only as a roof rack, but also a grab bar. So on this end right here, which this end is going to be identical to the end on the opposite side, this right here is when you're ready to close the tent. You're going to use these straps. When you're standing on the ground, you can actually pull the tent closed. I'll go ahead and flip that up. You do have a nice screen window right here, and I do like these flaps right here. So if you look all around the top, there's a little flange that hangs down, and that's going to help water. If you're in a rainstorm, water's not going to get forced up in there. It's got this little skirting that goes around, and there is plastic. If you want to come in here, I'll show you guys. There's a zipper, so where you can unzip this, but there's also a little piece of plastic right here, and that plastic's going to act like a little barrier, so the rain's not going to go through the zipper if you're in some kind of wind or anything. So I really like that. I didn't even notice that until I put my hand under there. So you have layers of protection for moisture, rain, high wind, whatever, and then you also have this little skirting that goes around the window right here. So they really thought bad weather for this tent. They really thought out bad weather. I haven't seen any other tents that have that much material covering the zipper. Oftentimes or more, there's nothing covering the zipper. It's just the zipper and the window. So this might be a good tent for rainy parts of the country if you're in Florida. Now this side is going to be the exact same as the other side right there. You're going to have your little awning that comes out. There should be stakes inside that's going to stake this up. And you are going to have a door over here. I guess we'll go ahead and open it up since you guys have already seen this side. You got your entry door right there. You do have a spot to mount the ladder mounts right here. You're going to have to take them from the other side and mount them over here in this channel. It's really easy. It's only 4 Allen bolts that hold it in there. Then of course you got your window right here. So now we'll go ahead and go to the inside. Flip this up. It looks like this is going to be our ladder. Nice little carry bag. Again, it's got the branding on it right there. BeneHike. Look at that brand new shiny ladder. All right. So right here under this little SRAM wrap stuff, it should have the little hooks, and that hook is going to go right to the mount on the other side. I think everybody should know what a ladder looks like now, so I don't feel like I have to open this right now. Again, this is just an unboxing first impression video. I will mount this on either a trailer or the truck, or maybe the 4Runner, and we'll show you guys with it all set up in the future. But right now, I'm just going to open up everything, make sure it's all in there. All right, so this should be the stakes. And if I can open it. All right, so these bad guys right here are going to go in these little holes like this. And they're going to come up. I'm going to go through this. All right, so that's going to give you a little rain fly to access your ladder. So if you want to open up one of the windows or the doors and it's raining outside, you're not going to get rain inside, as well as it's going to keep the rain off your back when you're going up and down the ladder. You do have 2 of those. You have one on this side, one on that side, so you do have some kind of cross ventilation if it is windy or breezy, or if it's just really muggy when you're camping. You can open up both sides, not worry about the rain, and put a fan inside possibly. So welcome to the inside of the tent. This is the BeneHike shoe bag. So this is actually going to mount just outside the door. Whether it's this door or that door, it'll still mount. It actually slides inside that little channel that's on the outside on the bottom. So if you don't want to put your muddy shoes or anything in there, you can also use it for like dirty laundry, dirty socks, dog poop bags. I don't know. You can basically just use it for whatever you want. This should be the mounting hardware. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we will see what they're giving us for mounting hardware. So there are 2 grab handles right here. Those grab handles will mount anywhere in those tracks. So if you want the grab handle on the top, if you want it on the bottom, wherever's gonna help you out really. So they do give you 2 of those. It's kind of cool. These caps go in the ends of the mounting rails underneath the tent, and these are gonna stop whistling. So if you don't have these on there, there's a chance that going down the highway or traveling at high speeds, you could get a whistle or a lot of wind noise. These go in the end to try to stop that. So you get 4 of those. You do get a ratcheting wrench, which is nice. Speeds the process up. You get another wrench. This looks like a key. This is the key to lock and unlock all 4 corners of the tent. So you're gonna want that definitely. They give you an Allen wrench, and that's for installing the hardware, moving stuff around to wherever you want it. You get a spare key for the tent. That's nice. So I would hide one in your glove box and then one probably stay with the tent maybe. You got the hardware. This is gonna go to the mounting handles. These are all the mounting brackets. So it looks like I got 4 and 4. Looks like everything's here. So everything came, that was supposed to come with it, which is nice. I've had tents before from other companies where they were missing half the hardware. Then you gotta wait 3 to 4 weeks for them to send it to you. But BeneHike sent everything on the very first try. So that's a plus. Got some bolts, and we got some lock nuts. So lock nuts are nice. That means you're not gonna have to walk around every time you're driving through the woods and tighten everything. So they should remain tight the first time you install. So now going over some of the inside features, I do notice right away as soon as I opened it, there was a USB plug coming down, which means there is an LED strip and it's Velcro. So you can take that out and you can move it around wherever you want with the Velcro. There's only one. It only came with 1 long strip, so it has one like 84-inch strip, which is actually really nice. That's gonna be plenty of light. Might almost be too bright. It doesn't look like, I don't think it has a dimming switch, so it's gonna be whatever brightness that they chose. Also on the roof, there's a sound dampening material, which is nice, but it also doubles as if you like to collect patches, the Velcro patches will stick to that. So you can cover the entire ceiling of your rooftop tent from patches wherever the places you visit. There's also this net right here, so I wouldn't put anything heavy because it's probably gonna droop down and boop you in the head when you wake up or whatever. But if you want to put like clothes, maps, maybe a light pillow or a light blanket or something like that, that stuff will probably fit up there perfectly. You do have the windows on all sides, and people that aren't used to this style tent, there are going to be 4 struts inside. So you have 1 strut here, 1 in that corner, and then if you pan over here, you have struts over there. So it might take you a minute to get used to it, so you don't hit your head on these. But they do have them covered up, so you shouldn't cut your face or anything if you roll over in the middle of the night and hit your head on it. But again, that's just a part of the rooftop tent experience. But yeah, the zippers for these windows are nice and big. They're not thin, they're not cheap. They haven't really got hung up on anything. The tent material itself is rather nice. Although it's not 100% blackout, but it does block out a lot of the sun and the light. So if you are somebody like my friends and I who work night shift, sometimes we'll sleep into like 11:30 when we're camping, and this blocks out all the lights, nice and dark in there, and it's really comfortable for sleeping. So really like that. Some of the other tents, other brands, when they first came out, they were like paper thin. All the light was coming in. As soon as like 7:45 came in, this thing was heating up like a greenhouse. Not this one, but the older ones. But this one does a pretty good job blocking out all the sun and keeping out most of the moisture. So now we're gonna go over the mattress right here. So we have, I don't know what you would call that, probably 2-inch, maybe 2.5-inch mattress. At first touch, it feels pretty good. I'm sure if you're like a side sleeper or something, you're probably gonna want something in addition to this. But we'll go ahead and pull this back. There is a vapor barrier right here, moisture barrier. And then underneath that, you just have the aluminum shell. So there's nothing else. You could easily put memory foam. If you wanted to keep this, because this kind of is a weird size or shape, you could just buy a roll of memory foam, put memory foam on top of this, and I think you'd be set. So my first impressions of the tent, if you guys ever get the chance to upgrade to aluminum, I really love the aluminum. They're built to last. If at any point in time anything ever happened to the material, this is just a zipper that goes all the way around. You can just unzip the material, get new material from the company, whether they send it to you under warranty or if you're outside your warranty and you have to buy a new tent material. All you do is just unzip it, zip it back in, you're good to go. This aluminum is built to last. Outside of maybe rolling your vehicle over and bending it, like I said, I've had mine on my boat. We walk on it, the dog walks on it, and it has not the slightest little bend in it or leaks or anything. So it's just a game changer over the fiberglass or plastic shelled tents. So that's how I think about the frame. The tent material, like I said, it's good. It's blackout material. It's gonna keep the light out. It has the little skirting around all the zippers in the windows. It's gonna keep the rain from getting forced in there under high wind. That was really nice. I've never seen that before on any other rooftop tent that I've owned or reviewed. Zippers, good quality. There's no little frills or anything that they're gonna get hung up on. There's no stitching that looks like absolute crap. There's no little fuzzy stuff hanging off where they cut the material and have to sew it back together. Like the finished touches on this tent are I would say definitely up to par with iCamper and tents just like that. Now this company did send me this tent, but I don't work for them. They don't pay me to do this, so I can say whatever the hell I want to say. And like I said, I think this is a really good aluminum tent. I've never owned this style that lifts up like this. Usually I have the clamshell or the other one that opens up the other way. But let's go ahead and go to the outside. I think as far as the inside goes, the mattresses are pretty universal. They're all going to be the same quality. I always recommend buying memory foam or adding something a little bit more. Even if it's just rolling out a sleeping bag and laying on top of that sleeping bag, just that little bit of more cushion just will help you sleep really well. Again, I do like the noise dampening on the bottom. It is also going to help with the temperature, because I'm sure during the summer that aluminum is probably going to get pretty warm in the sun if you have to park this in the sun, and this will help you insulate it just a little bit. So on the outside of the tent, I really do like these channels. You can mount stuff. If you want to put an awning, you can mount an awning down there. Also a shower room. Those are the two main things that I usually add when I'm out camping. I like taking showers, having a little shower room for using it as a restroom. All that stuff can mount to this. You can put all your overlanding gear on top. You can put your little propane tank, your traction boards, bike rack, canoe rack, whatever you want. That comes with the tent. Anything else, any other company, that would be like an add-on. You want to add the rooftop tent rack, then it's another $300 or whatever, but this tent actually came with it, which is nice. The only complaint that I see on the outside would be not everybody wants a ladder on the left or right side. Some people need it coming off the back. So if they had a door on all four sides that doubled as a window, then you could access this tent from all four sides. So you could put the ladder mount right here, and you could crawl out that potential door right there. So that would probably be the only thing that I would change. Instead of just having a door on each side, why not just put the door on all four sides so people can use it in other configurations if they have to. But just to show you guys the top, so this top is one piece. You're not going to have any seams, any leaks. You are going to have a little seal that goes all the way around. So a few years from now you might have to take a little caulking gun and recock that. But I've had one outside for at least 6 months, and I have no water leaking through. Of course, I've been walking on it, so you would think walking on it would push this down, potentially open up the seam, but I have not had that issue. There's a little sealant right there, and then they do put these plastic caps on all the rivets. So they really thought about water getting into this tent, and they've taken pretty much every precaution to keep the water and the moisture out of this tent. Thank you everybody for watching my video of the unboxing of this new tent and my first impressions. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I believe this tent does start about $2,300, and that's going to be a solid aluminum tent, good tent material, really good finishing work, nothing cheaped out on as far as I can tell, and they came with all the stuff it said it was going to come with. I didn't have to reach back to the manufacturer and wait a few weeks to have something sent to me. Everything they said they were going to send, they promised, showed up. in a nice box, wasn't damaged, on time. So I have nothing really bad to say about the whole process of ordering the tent, having it shipped to me. I am excited to use it. Not sure if it's going to go on the FJ Cruiser. I still have to get a roof rack for that, or if it's going to go on the Toyota 4Runner right here behind me. But you will see this tent in the future being used out in the woods. So go ahead and subscribe if you guys are interested in this tent. And I will do probably like a 3-month, 6-month, and then like a 1-year check-in on this tent right here behind me. Also, thanks to my buddy Norm for being the cameraman.